All right, this is Jaywork, reporter with Seattle Weekly. Do you want to be in on this? This is our intern, Sophie.
Hi, I'm Sophie Hayes.
And we're going into the jungle for a quick tour to try and turn it from a mystical somewhere land into an actual location. So. So this is the highway up above us with cars going over top of it. Why don't we head down this way and then we'll make a complete loop. So, huh? It does. Which isn't normal. I think there must be a spill of some kind. Got some tents over here, carefully set up to deal with the rain. We've got Batman and trash. Pretty localized though. Looks like someone purposefully moved this here for a collection or something. Feel free to chime in, by the way. I don't have to be the narrator. Okay, so here we are at this is the north end of the highway, and ahead of us is mostly the International District, and I think maybe a little bit of Soto, depending on how you define it. Some carts and another tent over here, lots of graffiti, lots of ivy. Another tent up there, using the highway as protection against rain. Some of this graffiti is actually quite beautiful, I think. Can't really see it from here. Should we head up? So, angry Revuesma? Can you tell what the second word says? Huh?
Revuesma.
Yeah. And then some other shelter over here, it looks like, or maybe old abandoned shelter, it's hard to tell. Shall we? I'm gonna go around this fence.
No needles so far.
Yeah, I haven't seen any either. It's funny because there are needles everywhere in Seattle. I mean, not a ton of them, but any neighborhood you go to, there's a chance that you'll see some. I wonder, I don't know how to do this, but I wonder if we compared the number of needles down here or near encampments versus just random neighborhoods. Let's head up here. Versus just random residential neighborhoods, if there would be more needles near the encampments or...
That would be interesting.
more shelter over here. Hard to see with the light. I'm gonna try not to film any people down here unless it's okay with them. So. Howdy. Hello. I'm gonna pause this for 1 sec. Okay, so we're going again. You were saying that you were down here. You don't want to be filmed, but you were down here.
Well, yeah, I don't want my sisters, if they happen to be watching the news, I don't want them to see where I'm at hiding at, you know.
That's fine.
I haven't been around my family in years, so I'd rather not have them say, oh, he's down there with the drugs and the shooting and figures.
What's it like for you living down here? What's your day-to-day life like?
Well, I go to the clinic, the methadone clinic, every day. So I leave in the morning and I get back around noon, or today it was early because I had to meet somebody. I owed a few dollars that loaned me money during the month. I live here, I try to read and I don't bother nobody, but for a while, this one guy that lived down on the end, he used to sell a lot of drugs and that kind of shit. I just don't, you know, they come by and I usually keep my door shut and they always want a pipe or a lighter or a Brillo or this, and I tell them, wrong place, going down there, where that fire was, where the shooting was, you know. And that was uncalled for, them girls didn't deserve it. I was right there. We were sitting right here, it was right there.
You were sitting here when it happened down there?
Well, no, I was down there at the fire.
Jesus.
Yeah, I was sitting right there, and the reason, I don't know why they didn't shoot me, because on the paper it said something about my friends at the clinic out there, so we knew that was you, the old guy just sitting by the fire getting warm.
Can you describe to me what happened?
Well, yeah, these guys, everybody, Fats, the guy, you know, the main big wig, he came in, he sits on the end of that little couch. Have you been down there?
Not yet. We're headed that way.
Let's take a walk down
there. Howdy. Howdy. We're reporters. Seattle Weekly. Hi. We're doing a video walkthrough of the jungle, so people hear so many stories, but they don't really know what it's like. Is it okay if I film you, or would you rather I did? No? Okay. Yeah. People see pictures and hear stories, but I think it would help, like, if they just saw physically what it looks like down here.
Yeah. They tell lies all the time. Those people gonna kill you and all this shit. It's not like that. You mind your own business, you okay?
We're gonna follow this guy. Have a good one. Thanks.
It's so loud.
Yeah. All the time. Is it as loud as this all the time down here?
Yeah, it's louder down here.
Yeah.
The joints are. Yeah, it gets pretty loud.
Is that a designated trash area? Is that a designated trash area?
Is that a what?
There was a big pile of trash down there. Do you know if that's on
big
purpose?
piles of trash everywhere, but the guy down here, all this was like that, but he had it cleaned up. And down on the end, I mean, them guys, he hired 4 or 5 guys, and they went for a week straight filling garbage bags and put it down below. It used to be the road, you couldn't even get through down. Watch your head.
Sure. Yeah, we've got these joints overhead.
A guy that got shot in the stomach.
Oh.
He was the main guy, you know. And he's really actually a pretty nice guy. You know?
Vets?
Vets, yeah. I like him. And a lot of different people stay here. Most of these tents belong to him. And, you know, and there was always a fire down here going. He'd pay guys to bring pallets in here, and then they'd break them up. So pay somebody to keep the fire going in our fire pit.
So were you saying that Fats, the drug dealer, was actually hiring people to move the trash out?
Well, yeah, he hired some of them clowns that come around that bagging on free dope, you know. And,
so this is where the shooting happened?
Yeah, I was sitting like right here.
You were sitting here.
Like about right here. Fats and them guys were on the couch right there.
Fats was over on the couch?
He comes in, he was gone for a day, and then when he comes in, he sits on the end of the couch, and he usually does his thing there, and I was just sitting here getting warm, you know, because I get warm all the time because I can't, my feet and hands, if they're cold, I can't sleep.
Right.
But, our guys came from the and they came around from behind, and everybody knows not to come behind that couch. You know, it's all a lot of shit there. Well, they come down through there and around, and Fat turned around to tell him, hey, don't go, started telling him to go around, and they shot him right there. Bam, dropped him right there.
On the couch.
The worker was right here in a chair, shot him in the head, bam. And then he went through his pockets and got what money and dope he could get right then, but he didn't bring a whole bunch of shit with him that day. For some reason, he just didn't have nothing really. A couple $100 and a little bit of shit, I guess. But then the girl was on the couch, and she was begging for her life, please don't shoot me, like that. And he shot her in the back. Then Tracy came out of the tent, and she got about here, and she seen I was up already. They were leaving, and I went over there, and Fats was half into fire, half his foot, and the heater, they have the propane heater thing with a heater on it, you know. It's probably over there somewhere, but anyway, that was laying there, and I didn't want him catching on fire, so I dragged him up out of there. This rocking chair was over there, and Tracy was right. Well, she came out, she freaked out, because, oh, my old man's been shot, you know, and then them kids just said, bam, they shot her, and she's the one that's paralyzed from the waist down now in the hospital. And she didn't deserve that. She's really a nice person, you know. And then the blonde was screaming about, don't shoot, and they shot her, bam, and they killed that other girl down in the tent somewhere down there. But, I mean, I seen them shoot. Well, they started with Fats, that was one, then his worker, that was 2. Then the blonde on the couch was 3, and then Tracy was 4, and then that girl down there, Zappa, or whatever her name was 5. And he came up to me and he said, you got a problem with me? And I said, no, I'm just an old guy sitting by, getting warm by the fire, you know, which I was, you know. If I come down here, I get up early in the morning and I go to the clinic, but at night, I'll wake up sometimes 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, and I'm cold down there in my feet and hands, so I come down here because there's always a fire. That's one thing, you know, you always had firewood here, and, you know, toss a little bit of shit to everybody that hung around, them kind of hang-around guys, you know, that you can't get rid of them. A few of the girls that were turning tricks up here and stuff, they'd try to come by my place, and, you know, I'd feed them or whatever, but I told them, you know, you're not turning this into a brothel, or, you know, if you come in here, you don't holler to nobody that goes by. I don't want nobody knowing that who's in here, because I don't want them coming in and taking my shit like they did up above. You know, they were stealing me blind up there, but, and then the other person worked down here, you know, and
Red? Is it red around?
no, they all got shot. They're all dead, and some of them are in the hospital. You didn't read the paper?
Yeah, that's a while. That's how long ago?
Tuesday night.
I was looking for red. Yeah, see it.
Who?
Red?
Red?
Michael?
We're reporters.
Maybe down there. I don't know who Red is.
Oh, they're down that way?
Another tent down that way.
Oh, okay.
There's a bunch of them.
Who's living?